You know, I often have my clients call me up and say, hey Gary, you know, I found this great MLM, this great home-based business, and I want you to check it out and tell me if the comp plan's right, the products are good, and the management behind it and the ownership behind it is okay. And so today I want to talk to you about what are the 4 things that I advise my clients as to what they need to look at when they're picking a good home-based business or an MLM. Hi, my name is Gary Masseri, and I am considered one of the top MLM coaches in the industry. So here's the 4 points or 4 questions I tell my clients what they need to ask. Number 1, I think the most important one is the products. Do the products work? That's the most important thing. Do they serve a uniqueness in the market? Do they fill a gap? That is so important, that the product fills a gap. It's got to be unique. It's got to be different. Now, how do you judge that product? Because, you know, a new product comes out and it's based on they found something in some jungle and away they run and away they go. But here's the truth of it is, you are going to get a lot of good testimonies. People are going to be sleeping better at night, the back pain went away. You're going to hear it all. But how many of those testimonies are legitimate? How many of those testimonies are hype? Because that's the momentum that's going on with the product. The way you find out is you check the credentials of the product. Who discovered the product? Is it a breakthrough in a technology? Is it documented? The fact that it's patent doesn't mean anything to me. I want to look at the studies. I want to find out what research has been done. I want to see the credentials of the doctors and the advisory board. Are they published? Very important here. Do they have articles? Are they sought after experts in their field? Very important when you do your homework about the products. So many companies make so many claims. Don't be fooled. The second thing you need to look at when you're looking at a new home-based business or an MLM is the compensation plan. Oh, I've got the hottest compensation plan, Gary. You've got to look at this. Well, the reality is I look at compensation plans all day long. And I got to tell you, most of them are pretty close. Oh, this is unilateral. Oh, this is a binary. Oh, this is that, you know, and this is unique and that's different. Let me tell you what I look for in a good compensation plan. The most important thing isn't the fact that the compensation plan has a lot of high-end bonuses, because, be honest, a small percentage reach those bonuses. What's important in the compensation plan is that people, if you're a leader and you care about your team, is when the people come in that they can make money now. That's the most important and significant part of a compensation plan. Do they have the right startup bonuses? Do they have the right first order bonuses or acquisition bonus, or whatever the company wants to call it? Point is, when somebody comes in and they can make $500 to $1,000 a month and do that quickly, 30 to 90 days, you're going to have a better retention rate in your company, because that compensation plan allows for people to make extra income. Most of the people that get into this business to make extra income. The big question to ask them when they come in is, what do you want to do with that income? How is that income going to change your life? What's going to be different because of that income? So critical and so important that we pay at the bottom of the comp plan. The second part of that comp plan has to have some very high-end residual type bonuses, because you're not going to attract leaders. If you want explosive growth in this industry and you're looking for a company that's going to give you explosive growth, that means the leaders need to be compensated. Okay, most of them are going to bring their teams anyway, let's be honest. But the truth of it is, you have to have some high-paying residual type incomes. So that's significant to attract leaders and to retain and to keep leaders. People don't want to jump from one company to the next. Be honest, people want longevity. But along with longevity, they want security. So the comp plan, let's go over that. Number 1, we need to look, can people make money quick and fast at the bottom of the comp plan? That's number 1. 2, does it have enough strong residual incomes in the comp plan to attract leaders and to keep leaders? That's number 2. The third leg I call to a fast horse, let's call it a fast horse, okay? The third leg, most important, is what about the team that you're on? Does that team have momentum? Do they have viral growth? Do they have the right support and marketing to support you? You know, it's amazing that I get people coming to the business and it's the same old stuff. You know, I've been in these MLMs. This is about the 3rd or 4th one I've been in. I burned through my warm market list. I don't know who to call. I love the concept. I love the dynamic principles that drive drive our industry, that we got to help one another succeed before we can succeed. Great principle there. I love that principle better than the corporate, to be honest with you. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. More importantly does that team and can that team help that person get up the ladder to make the income significant enough to maintain retention, that they'll stick around. And I got to tell you, we generate, or I know how to generate, leads through my marketing platforms, both on the internet, the cold market, and the warm market. The last one I just did was a combo, warm and cold market. We generated over 900 leads. In fact, we have 20 to 40 leads a day coming in right now as I'm making this film. But it isn't lead generation. People think that that's the scarcity of the industry. Lead generation is so easy, folks. That's not the lead generation is nothing. You can buy leads, you can run paper ads, oh my gosh, you could just bury yourself with leads. People are looking out there for money. They're looking for a solid home-based business. Truthfully, they are. The issue here is, do you have the right skill sets? Do you know the right scripts that you can talk to those people, because it takes human intervention to get that lead to listen to you. When you call somebody up, here's what they're thinking. Why are you calling me? What do you want from me? You see, people are so commercialized. Did you know there's over 3,000 commercial impressions go into somebody's head every single day? If you don't believe me, take 30 minutes and count them and then extend that out. People put up the shields of resistance. You know what I call the shields of resistance? It's the big oak castle door. Remember the old, the 1400, 1500 films, and they had to bust down the door and get a big log to bust it down? Well, that's what you're doing. You got to get through. You got to have an icebreaker and introduction smooth enough that those people see that you're talking in terms of what they want and what you're not trying to sell. See, people want to buy, but they don't want to be sold. It's just a simple fact. So how do you get through those icebreakers and talk to those people, and they want to hear about your opportunity and what you can do to help them solve their problems? That's all it's about. All right, so you got to have a good icebreaker introduction. You got to have a great presentation, all right? Not one that oversells, but meets their needs. And then you got to have a great close. You got to ask for the order. Well, we teach that stuff, and I teach that stuff as a coach, and we teach it obviously in the companies that I work with. So the human intervention and the conversion is more important than the lead generation. So look for a company that has it all, that can provide the cold market leads as well as teach you how to approach your warm market and get through what I call the big oak door, okay? All right, the fourth thing, honestly, that we need when you're looking at this company, and very, very important here, all right, that you really have a great leadership and ownership in the company. People that really have a heart towards their distributorship. Why is that important? Because if you have somebody that's inexperienced or they don't have a heart towards their distributorship, they're always fiddling with a comp plan. They're always making changes, and the minute they make changes to the comp plan, people leave. So you got to be careful that they set the comp plan right at the beginning. Also, you want to look for, in terms of the management, and it's very, very important here, is that they have experience. These companies pop up all the time. I don't know, somewhere around 400 a year. Folks, the failure rate in this is astronomical. So again, you want to find a good management, good leadership with a lot of experience. They've done it before, they were successful before, and now they're doing it again. That's what I would look at. So let me summarize this. You've got to have a great management team, obviously, we just talked about that. Great leadership, we've got to talk about that. But you need a great product that's unique to the market. Very, very important that you look for that. Look behind the product to the advisory board. Who invented the product? Who are the discoveries? Are they published? Very, very important. And then also the comp plan. It's got to pay out at the bottom very quickly so people can make money quick. They need to make money right now. It also needs to pay out at the top so you can attract leaders and also keep those leaders. Okay, very, very important. You have to have a good team. Some of you, your buddy calls you up and says, hey, you got to look at this. And did your buddy do his homework? Did he dig into it the way I'm teaching you to dig into it? That's what's really important here. All right, so you got to have the right team with the right momentum. And then again, you have to have the right marketing. A marketing plan or platforms that reach out to the cold market as well as the warm market. So you have to be able to generate leads coming to you. People that burn through their list, they're tired of it. They don't want to call their friends again. It's just the truth. So look, this is Coach Gary. You can reach me. My telephone number, my website is 30minute-millionaire.com. That's the number 30minute-millionaire.com. Call me if you're looking at an MLM. Call me if you want me to do some comparison. I will be glad to help you. All I need is the comp plan and a little bit of history about the management, and I can give you some really good answers there, all right? It doesn't take a lot of research. You just have to go to their website. Normally the comp plans are published right on their website. Take the time to compare them. Here's my recommendation before I go. Look at 4 comp plans. and compare them. Read the 4 comp plans. Take some time, maybe a couple hours. Read 4 comp plans. You know, one of them is the one you're considering. The other 3 is you're comparing them to. And then the other thing is, look at the research behind the products. Look at the doctors behind the products. That's very simple. And then look at the management. It's very simple to do. So a couple hours of research work, you're going to make a decision. You're going to spend, what, the next 2 to 5 years, or probably the rest of your life in. Take some time to make that decision. If you need my help, I'll be glad to help you. Give me a call. My number is 925-451-1619. Let me repeat that, 925-451-1619. Also, if you go to my website, there's a book I wrote there called Explosive Growth. One of the top secrets of how you could sponsor leaders into your business immediately and build it from the top down instead of the bottom up. All right, this is Coach Gary signing off. I hope to hear from you soon. Hey, we got the best industry out there. I love the MLM industry, the home-based business industry. It gives you a lot of freedom, a lot of choices. And guess what? You're going to work at the abilities that God gave you and not somebody's opinion of your abilities. That's what I love about the industry more than anything else. This is Coach Gary signing off.